I've often heard it said that you shouldn't allow yourself to become so fascinated with social media, so influenced by those people that you try and mimic them. And to me, because that world is superficial and it's fake and it's not a real picture of reality, which is true. It's not a true representation of the majority of overall reality for humans, but you cannot dispute the fact that it is someone's reality, right? Clearly someone is living that life, that's why they're able to put it on social media. Some might be living a lie, because we can lie in a digital age like this. Some might be living it legit. It doesn't matter. But to say that you shouldn't allow yourself to be influenced by it, I don't think you realize it. Mara, you're essentially denying the positive force of what a role model is. Because that person is clearly showing you what's possible. Like it's showing you the kind of life that is possible, achievable by human standards. And if you really believe in concepts like a role model or mentors, then whenever you see someone doing better than you or who is just excelling in life, particularly in an area you also want to excel in, then why would you willfully not allow yourself to be influenced by them and mimic them to some degree so that you might achieve similar results to them? See, it's backwards. Maybe a lot of people say you shouldn't allow yourself to be influenced by social media to defend those impressionable teenagers who see people their own age living a flashy lifestyle and start thinking, oh no, it can never be me and stuff like that. But when you tell people to run away from things that expose them to excellence, then you're telling them to become more and more accustomed with mediocrity, or even worse, whatever the direct polar opposite of excellence is. I'll remember the word. But you're basically telling them that excellence isn't worth chasing, and you're trying to frame it as that no, social media isn't a true picture of reality. So what if it isn't a true picture of the majority of reality? That doesn't mean you shouldn't allow yourself to be inspired by it to such a degree that you strive to make it at least your reality, right? You might not be able to change everyone in the world's life. You might not be able to help everyone in the world get to that picture of reality, but you can at least try and achieve it for yourself, right? So yeah, man, you should absolutely allow yourself to be influenced by social media influencers. And fine, even if they're living a lie, you understand the gravity of the message behind it. He might be a hypocrite, but that doesn't discredit his message just because he's not living by it. You could be a stronger person than him and actually, make your word bond or whatever, because the underlying message itself is still valid, even if the messenger is crooked. Yeah, I guess we should have called this one Positive Hypocrisy Part 2, the positive version. Since last time we were talking about addiction, now we're going to be talking about people who tell you to do good, but they aren't doing good themselves. You ever notice that's the logic a lot of parents use? Don't do as I do as I say, or something like that, because they understand how difficult it is to get started or to stop. So the person in the negative example who was warning you about substance abuse or drug addiction, that person understands how hard it is to stop using substances. But your parent who is telling you to gym, to read, to practice all of this stuff, understands how hard it is to start when you don't start early enough. So this person who is a hypocrite because they're telling you to read and gym and whatever, but they themselves are not reading and gymming and journaling. They understand that had they done it sooner, then they would be able to do it now. But they are now faced with a lot of mental blocks that they don't want you yourself facing. So yes, it is hypocritical of them to tell you to chase excellence, whereas they themselves are not excellent. But that's not an excuse for you to not chase excellence, at least for your own sake, because you understand the value of being excellent. You understand the importance of being the best you possible. So if you do, take the message with a grain of salt, right? So usually when someone is selling you a dream, you're told to take it with a grain of salt. Well, take this sugar or take this salt with a grain of honey. I don't know, whatever. But take out the shit and keep the good stuff. Keep them in your. I'm not good at making metaphors off the fly, man. But you know what I'm saying, man. Take out the useless shit. Okay, Joseph says this, take what is useful, discard what is not. That's all I'm saying, man.